Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. So in previous one I was talking about PvE Enhancement Shaman, and I mentioned there that I'm making a PvP guide straight away. So here it is. And before we start the video, if you like my videos, please leave a subscribe because that will help me so much. And without any further ado, let's start the video. So as in most of my guides, I'm kicking off with the talents. So in the first rows we are using Forceful Wind and Storm Flurry, which is currently the best two options from all these 6 talents, and I'm combining them with the Wind Fury legendary. For a third row, best option is the Earth Shield, and sometimes I switch to Spirit Wolf if I need to kite somebody a lot, or sometimes in battlegrounds, but in like 90% of situations in arena and stuff I'm using the Earth Shield. For a fourth row, best option is Elemental Assault, because it just helps you to gain Millstorm's weapons much faster, and you can heal yourself more and do a lot of things. In a fifth row, it is again the high debate, because Blizzard once again left us in that hole, because Nature's Guardian and Feral Lunge are both good and important talents for PvP. Like Feral Lunge is helping our mobility so much and we can much easier chase people, but from the other side Nature's Guardian is our only so-called defensive cooldown. So in arenas versus rogues, mage, druids, the classes that can literally one-shot me, I go in a full defensive mode and use the Nature Guardian, but versus the other combos, Feral Lunge is much better option. So yeah, that's pretty much about the fifth row. For the sixth, there is only option, and that's a Sundering, using it as a second interrupt because it keeps enemies for 2 seconds, and of course it deals good amount of damage. And for the seventh row, the Ascendance is still the best option. Like Elemental Spirits are good only if the RNG gods help you, which I don't really like to gamble with, so I go with the sure one Ascendance. And Earth and Spike could be an option with some different legendary, but I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later. So from the regular talents we are moving to PvP talents. So these 3 are kinda mandatory, like Swirling Waves, because since Blizzard didn't increase our or give us some defensive, but they give us a lot of self-heal, which is still good, like better anything than nothing. So this talent is a must, because it helps you heal yourself and even your partner much better than we used before. Shamanism is also very good and important talent that you can use with a soft burst, so I mostly use it in a combination with the Wind Fury Totem and the Winddoom's legendary. So every minute I have a pretty good burst because of those 2 things, and a good thing with the Shamanism is that you can use it on your partner as well. And the Grounding Totem is just there so you can soak up the shit, but if you are going versus 2 melee DPSs, then you can go for a Counter Strike Totem instead of Grounding, and if it's DK they mostly won't be noticing Counter Strike down because of a lot of pet and a mess that they are creating. Ride of Lightning is also a good option, so for example in 3 vs 3 when you are playing with a healer you can go Ride of Lightning instead of Swirling Waves, so you can pretty much cleave those 2 DPSers in the same time. Thunder Charge is not really good option right now. It used to be good in BFA when we could have a 4 PvP talents because of Neck Essence, but right now it's just not a good option. Ethereal Form could save you like from double rogue or some double melees that you know are going to one-shot you in arena, so you just use that and you will survive that high burst for sure, and later you can kill them easy. And that's it pretty much about the talents. Let's move on to another thing. So from talents we are moving on to stat priority. So pretty much versatility is again our main stat, followed by haste, followed by mastery, and then critical strike at the end. Blizzard did a good thing because most items in a PvP vendors are giving the Versa plus haste, which is very good for Enhancement Shamans, but not really good for other 2 specs. For the ancients on weapon you should go for versatility, for the gems you should also go for versatility. Cloak Ancient is stamina plus avoidance that I found the best. For the chest the best one is Eternal Skirmish, For the boots, best one is Eternal Agility, but I'm using this lower one for 5 agility because the main one is very expensive and it's just a 5 agility difference, like it's not a big deal. And for the weapon enchants, you should go for Sinful Revelation in main hand and the Celestial Guidance in offhand. And for the trinkets, you wanna go always for a double PvP trinkets because of the set bonus that benefit of your versatility is increased by 40% when you're in arenas, battlegrounds, or war mode, which I'm always on pretty much because I'm a huge PvPer, so you wanna go with those two. Medallion is a very good option against the most classes, but sometimes Relentless could be good. Like if there is no classes that could one-shot you, then you should just go for Relentless because it reduces the crowd control effects for the 20%, and like Medallion you can use it once, but it's good when someone is going to one-shot you, so you can trinket, use your defensive or run away and you can survive that thing, because PvP is much different now in Shadowlands with no PvP scaling. You can actually get so easy one shot literally by any class, so you gotta be very careful. The second trinket that I'm using is Aspirant's Emblem, which helps me a lot to survive in those difficult situations because it increases my maximum health by 8000, and as I already mentioned, it gives me the set bonus. Like sometime if I know that I ain't gonna need that much defensiveness, I swap to the Aspirant Insignia of Alarcity, which increases your primary stat every minute and 15 seconds, and base it give me haste. So yeah, that's it pretty much about stats, enchants, gems and the trinket priority. Next thing is about the legendaries. So pretty much Doom Winds is still the best legendary because every minute you have such insane amount of bursts. So like every minute you have chance to kill somebody. For a battlegrounds there is also one more option, and that is Legacy of Frost Witch, which I actually use in combination with Earth and Spike. And I tested it for a few battlegrounds, and at the end I deal much more damage and like be more effective than playing with the Doom Winds. But for arenas, Doom Winds is currently the only option. So yeah, that's it pretty much about legendaries. Like no big choices here except these two, but Doom Winds is much better for the rated content and for chasing some ratings. So yeah, you should go for a Doom Winds there. So we have come to a part speaking of Covenant, Soulbind and the Conduits. So as you already know for sure, the Ventir is best Covenant for Enhancement Shaman because Chain Harvest is just 2 OP spell that deals good amount of damage and deals good amount of heal to yourself, so can be useful for offense or defense, whatever. Door of Shadow is just a good mobility staff that can be also used for CC, because with the Nadia the Mist Blade and the Agent of Chaos you actually disorient people that you land on them with the Door of Shadow, so it's actually a good one. And speaking of Nadia, she is the best Soulbind for the Enhancement Shaman PvP, and you should follow the left side, ending up with the familiar predicaments. The best conduits for the potency one, best one is Unruly Winds, which has Wind Fury weapon, has 24% chance to trigger a third attack. The second best could be the Focused Lightning, and the third best could be a Chill to the Core, but I just don't suggest to use it, and conduits are very easy to get now, so you should have Unruly Winds really for sure for now. So for the finesse conduit, I found the best one is the Crippling Hex, because after when you hex someone and he gets out of hex, their damage is reduced by 9% for 8 seconds, which is very good. Like in 3 vs 3, I like to hex the other DPS so I can actually reduce the damage deal on me or my partners. So it's the best one for PvP that could be used of these 4 from finesse. Like Totemic Surge is also a good one, but I mostly use it for battlegrounds, so because I'm just dealing up with the totems, and hex is just better for arena because it reduces the damage. And for the endurance, best one is Refreshing Waters, which says Healing Surge is 20% more effective on yourself, which is which makes our heals even better than they used to be, and they were already so OP. And I hate the thing that Blizzard did, because you can't change conduits once you enter arena. Like, you can change your Soulbind, but you can change the conduits. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, for example, if we are versus rogue and mage, which are going to one-shot me for sure, I would love to use the vital Asseration that says the third elemental increases my maximum health by 24%, which would actually make me more tanky and would follow the rogue, so he can't really restyle that easy. But you never know which combo is going to come, so the best option here is to stick to the refreshing waters. But if Blizzard change this thing in future, so we can change our conduits when arena start, it would be good, because against every certain combo there is a certain conduit that would be best, but for now these three are the BS. So that's it pretty much about this. So next thing that I'm going to talk about is macros. The macros are very important stuff for PvP, high-end PvP and stuff, and you shouldn't play arena without that, for real. So first, and a basic one is /focus, which puts your target in focus, and the next three macros are with the focus. So first one is Hex on focus, second one is Purge on focus, and third one is Windshare on focus. So you don't even need to target the guy to use the CC on him and per stuff and things like that. And the next three macros are actually for my ally. So first one is for Dispel, so I can dispel him of the Hex or any curse pretty much, because our dispel is not that good, but it helps. I'm not complaining. The second one is for healing Surge, so I can heal him without having to target him or chase him. And the third one is for giving him heroism, since I'm running the shamanism talent in PvP, so he gets that burst as well with me. And yeah, pretty much these are the 7 macros that I'm using and that are most important for PvP, so you can actually always be focused on your main target and just with some other keybinds help your ally or CC your other enemy. So next thing is the addons, and I get a lot of questions on my videos for them, so I'm finally going to cover them all. So first talent that I'm using for PvP, which is a new one, I recently started using it, so you probably haven't seen it in my previous videos, is Ability Team Tracker, which tracks your teammate cooldowns beside their nameplate, so you can actually sim the stance, the burst and stuff like that much easier. Second one is Battleground Enemies, which I use only for rated battlegrounds, which pretty much displays the whole enemy team, like here at the right side, and you can easily click on them, see versus who you are and stuff like that. Next one is Big Debuffs, and it increases the debuff size of crowd control effects on your raid frames, so you can see when somebody is stunned, or if you are stunned or CC'd or anything like that. The next addon, there is not really mandatory, but it is a classic numbers, and the addon displays the numbers much nicely than the regular Blizzard's ones. And I just like the way they are displayed. Second one is the details, and with details you can track your allies or your enemies, what spells did they use, how did they kill you, and you can basically track everything there, so you don't repeat the same mistake in the next arena. Next addon is Diminish, which allows you to see your DR, like stun DR, hex DR and stuff like that, which knows to be useful. For example, if you are playing with another shaman arena with rest of shamans, so you can see your hexes nicely, and that's it pretty much. Omnibar is the addon that stands here a little above my spells, that tracks enemy cooldowns, which is very good and very important things, so you can always see when they have a fear, so you can get your tremor ready, when they have a stun, so you can be more careful so you don't get one-shotted, and literally all the enemy cooldowns, like you can set it and it's going to follow pretty much. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for the PvP addons that I use. Let's go to the next. And for the last thing, I wanted to talk a little bit about arena combos, about some tips and tricks that could be useful. So pretty much first thing that you all should already notice is that weapon imbuements like Wind Fury and Flame Tongue are needed to be refreshed every time you enter a new arena, or pretty much every time you zone out to some different realm. And I don't know if that's a bug or it is how it should be, but that's really stupid because at beginning I was kept forgetting to refresh my Wind Fury and Flame Tongue, and I was pretty much doing no damage with Wind Fury, and I would just lose arena like for a stupid thing. So after you enter arena, first thing you should do is refresh your weapon imbuements, and then you should go do all the other stuff if you're gonna change the talent or anything like that. Also, I wanted to mention a few things, like if you're going full defensively against the rogue and the other stuff, as I mentioned in a trinket section, you should always be using medallion and the aspirant's emblem. And for the talent you should go nature's guardian, and again if you are versus melees you should go for a counter strike totem. You should go for ethereal form as well because it is going to save you. If you are versus some feral or boomy druid that are going to one shot you with convoke, make sure to have grounding totem, if not interrupt, like those are both things that could stop convoke. Grounding totem will soak it fully, or interrupt will just interrupt that, which is good for shamans because we have range interrupt, so it can be easily carried away. For arena combos, I also wanted to mention that because there is quite few good variables right now. Like in BFA, pretty much nothing was good except Turbo Cleave. Like it is always good, but it was sucking BFA as well. Well, right now Turbo Cleave is the best combo. The second best combo is the Retribution Paladin and Enhancement Shaman. Third best combo is Windwalker Monkin, Enhancement Shaman, and later pretty much whichever combo you go, like it won't be a mistake because now with no PvP scaling and with every class enhanced in its own way, you can easily kill somebody or survive something and stuff. So these are my three top combos that I recommend to everyone, but pretty much every other combo that you go as Enhancement Shaman won't be that bad. About healers, I wouldn't suggest you to go in 3 versus 3 to go with a Mistweaver Monk or Resto Druid because they are not really good for that. With Enhancement Shaman in 3v3, the really good healer is Restoration Shaman because you can sim a lot of stuff there, such as grounding totems or counter strikes. If they're double melees, you have a double range interrupt and a lot of stuff, and Resto Shaman is just a good healer right now. Holy Paladin is also very good healer, and Disco Priest, as you already know with the mind games and stuff. So for 2v2 as Enhancement Shaman, I prefer to go double DPS because I don't really like the long games, and every game you're playing with healer and versus healer are going to be long, so I just love the fast pace. Like this Shadowland pace is a little bit too fast, but it's better than the BFA one for sure, where you had to wait for dampening every time. So for 2v2, I am playing currently with a friend of mine who is a Retribution Paladin, and we are quite a good combo because we both have a lot of self-heal, a lot of stuff that we can survive, and he can do a bop on me, we can sim our stance, we both have some soft burst and hard burst, and it is going pretty good. But there's also a few other very good combos for 2v2, like Enhancement Shaman and Windwalker Monk, Enhancement Shaman and Arms Warrior, and Arms Warrior are right now very crazy. Enhancement Shaman with the Sub Rogue as well, and it's similar to 3v3. Whatever you go, it ain't gonna be that much mistake, but my top 3 combos for 2v2 Enhancement Shaman is with the Retribution Paladin, Windwalker Monk, and again with the Arms Warrior. Like pretty much it's same as in 3v3, just you have a healer there. So yeah, that's it pretty much about it. So we have come to an end of another guide. I really hope I managed to cover all, because there is a lot of stuff to talk about since I didn't make some guide like this in a recent time. I hope you find it helpful, and of course, if I forgot to mention something or if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'm always answering my comments, so don't be shy. Thank you all for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe, and see you guys in the next.